And hello, welcome to the Nobby Horton podcast, the chit-chat show with fascinating people. Leave it. Let that pigeon have a bloody drink. I know it's your bucket, but let it have a drink. And stop barking. Shut up, Betty. Shut up. Shut up. It's 6:10 in the bloody morning. Right. Let's see if I can make head and a tail of this. Will more North Sea oil and gas actually make any difference or not? Okay. Right. What have you got to say, Claire Coutinho?
Because the Labour Party would prefer to import more gas from abroad, more gas, by the way, with higher carbon emissions, rather than use our own. So our position is you should support the North Sea. We are in a gas supply crisis. We are struggling, as you said, for cash. We are taxing people up to the hill. They're taxing pensioners, they're taxing farmers, they're taxing businesses, they're taxing students, they're taxing people on £30,000. Instead of that, you could be getting £25 billion of taxes from the North Sea. So it's absolute madness for the economy, for the environment, in terms of our borrowing, in terms of our debt, in terms of our energy security, not to be maximising everything we can from the North Sea. And that is why...
Point made. Let's crack on. Let's have a look at it. North Sea. Bloody hell. It's bigger than what I thought. Norway. I've been along there. Cycling. Right up there. Bit remote. And gusty bloody winds. Stunning though. Funny. When I was a nipper, watching the news, eating tea, I used to get the Cold War mixed up with the bloody Cod War. Mind you, me auntie had a fish and chip shop in a little mining village. They were more worried about the price of cod than a bloody nuclear attack.
We're going to have a large cod, chips, and I'm going to have a curry sauce and a mushy peas.
Best fish and chips around they were. Hold on. What's going on here? Breaking news? Right. Court rules approval for Rosebank and Jackdaw oil fields unlawful. Environmental campaigners win case against UK government's approval of 2 major oil and gas projects, with new approval needed before production can begin. The UK court has ruled that the approval for the Rosebank and Jackdaw oil and gas fields in Scotland was unlawful, stating that fresh consent must be sought from the UK government before production can begin. Right. That's the bloody spanner in the works. So they can't even go ahead yet. Let's get that map up. Rosebank. Bloody hell, it's out beyond Shetland. Where's Jackdaw? Right, Jackdaw's across from Aberdeen. downstream emissions, eh? What are they actually arguing about? Right. Downstream emissions are the emissions produced when the oil and gas are eventually burned, rather than when they were extracted. Right, I get it now. What else? Durham University? What have those boffins got to say?
For years, we've been told the UK's future depends on extracting oil and gas offshore. It's common sense. Britain's oil, securing energy, jobs and prosperity for the nation and its people. So, is it really that simple? No. Britain's oil industry is deeply interwoven across borders, institutions and interests. It is interconnected, made up of many parts and not neatly contained within the UK. From
Well, there we go. Bit more bloody complicated than I thought. So it's not just our oil, it's everyone's bloody oil, going everywhere. What's this? Energy security? Why does everyone keep going on about it? I know what security is. I know what energy is. Never really thought about them together. How much oil and gas do we import? Bloody hell. Right. So what Reuters say.
The oil industry wants the go-ahead to exploit two new fields in the North Sea called Jackdaw and Rosebank. The Labour government has banned new drilling, but technically these sites aren't covered because the applications were already in the system when Labour took power. The owner of the sites, a joint venture between Shell and the Norwegian firm Equinor, says there's £28 billion worth of fossil fuels still to be extracted there. Fatih Birol, head of the International Energy Agency, has said they won't provide any significant quantity of oil and gas for years to come, and they won't bring down energy prices because those are set globally. 90% of the UK's fossil fuel reserves have already been exploited anyway.
Good God, look at all the bloody comments. We're sitting on billions. Leave it under the sea. Politicians arguing. We still can't afford to heat the house. Nobody mentions the jobs. We're burning our planet. It goes on. Everyone's shouting. Nobody's listening. And I'm still trying to work out what they're actually arguing about. Which bit am I missing? Why won't more North Sea drilling solve the UK's energy problems? Ayo. Tessa Khan, climate change lawyer.
And that's because the North Sea is an ultra-mature basin. We've been drilling for oil and gas here for more than 50 years.
Ultra-mature basin. Sounds a bit like me.
Everything that's economic or, profitable to extract, easy to access has already come out. What's mostly left at this point is oil. Here, for example, pursuing the development of the Rosebank oil field really doesn't make a material difference to supply.
Come on then. Climb onto that. There you go. Right. Where was I? They're not arguing about the oil. They're arguing about what happens if we burn it. I think that's it. Or at least, that's the bloody argument. Well, at least I know what they're arguing about now. Come on, you two.